Look up. For millennia, that has been the imperative of our species. To look up at the night sky and wonder. We see a universe of breathtaking scale and beauty, governed by laws we have painstakingly unraveled. We point our telescopes deep into the past, tracing the cosmic microwave background radiation, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang itself. This, we are told, is our origin story. A singularity of infinite density and temperature that, approximately 13.8 billion years ago, began expanding, creating space, time, and everything we will ever know. It is the foundational pillar of modern cosmology. But what if we've been reading the cosmic signature all wrong? What if the event we call the Big Bang wasn't an explosion out from a point, but rather an explosion in from a boundary? What if the universe we inhabit isn't the aftermath of a birth, but the interior of something far more bizarre, far more magnificent? What if we are not living in the expanding debris of a singularity, but are, in fact, living on the inside of a white hole? Let's dismantle this idea, not with wild speculation, but with the cold, hard tools of mathematics and the daring implications of Einstein's general theory of relativity. The equations of GR are symmetric with respect to time. They work just as well running forwards as they do backwards. This mathematical beauty gave birth to the concept of a white hole. If a black hole is a region of space-time from which nothing, not even light, can escape, its time-reversed opposite is a white hole. A region of space-time into which nothing can ever enter, a region that can only expel matter and energy. It is a cosmic gusher, a fountain of existence with a one-way door that only opens outward. Now imagine this white hole isn't a small object like the theoretical counterparts to stellar mass black holes, but a primordial one, a super-ultra-mega colossus whose event horizon isn't a sphere trapping a few suns, but a sphere encapsulating everything. The entire observable universe, all hundreds of billions of galaxies, everything we see would be contained within this horizon. The Big Bang, in this model, is not a moment of creation ex nihilo, but the moment this primordial white hole began its irrepressible, violent expulsion of all its contents. The initial hot, dense state is simply the inner material being hurled outward from the central singularity, passing through the one-way horizon and into what? Into a larger pre-existing meta-universe, into a higher dimensional bulk. This is where the physics becomes staggeringly complex and beautiful. The implications of this model are profound and would force a radical reinterpretation of every single cosmological observation we hold dear. The redshift of distant galaxies, which we interpret as Doppler shifts from expansion, would instead be seen as a gravitational redshift caused by the immense, positive curvature of space-time within the white hole. The farther a galaxy is from the center, which might not be a point in space but a moment in time, the Big Bang singularity, the stronger the gravitational field it would be in relative to us, and the more its light would be red-shifted. This perfectly mimics an expanding universe without the need for a mysterious dark energy to accelerate that expansion. The cosmic microwave background radiation, the so-called echo of the Big Bang, would be reinterpreted. It would not be the cooling remnant of a primeval fireball, but the Hawking radiation of the white hole itself, emitted from its event horizon, thermalized over billions of years to form a perfect black body spectrum. This radiation isn't coming from inside our universe. It's coming from the boundary of our universe. Even the mysterious presence of dark matter could be explained not as a halo of exotic particles, but as a manifestation of the geometry of our white hole prison, a specific curvature of space-time that only reveals itself through its gravitational effects on visible matter and light. This isn't just a new theory, it's a whole new lens. It turns cosmology inside out, quite literally. We are not on the outside looking back in time to a beginning. We are on the inside, and the beginning is all around us. imprinted on the ultimate boundary of our reality, a boundary we can never cross, never touch, and only see the faint, thermalized glow of. But if this is true, it poses the ultimate existential question: what is outside? If our universe is the interior of a white hole, it exists within a broader space-time. Our entire cosmos is an object within a greater meta-universe. This meta-universe would have its own physical laws, its own geometry, potentially its own civilizations looking up at their night sky and seeing, among the stars and galaxies, the brilliant, unforgiving light of a white hole, our universe, as it endlessly vomits matter and energy into their realm. We are the interior of a cosmic egg, and the shell is the event horizon. This idea dovetails eerily well with some interpretations of string theory and the holographic principle, which suggests that all the information within a volume of space is encoded on its boundary. Our three-dimensional reality, with all its richness, its stars, planets, loves, and wars, could be a holographic projection from the two-dimensional information encoded on the event horizon of our white hole. This isn't philosophy, it's a potential physical reality. The search for a theory of everything, a quantum theory of gravity, takes on a new urgency. It would be the key to understanding the physics of the shell, the rules of the meta-universe. Our greatest scientific quest, to understand our origin, becomes a quest to understand the physics of the prison we cannot leave. It redefines our place in the cosmos, not as accidental inhabitants of an expanding void, but as intrinsic components of a single, magnificent celestial object. We are not just in the universe is in us because we are the universe, a living, breathing, thinking part of a white hole. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, you are not looking out. You are looking in. You are looking at the most beautiful prison imaginable, and the walls are made of starlight. But if this is true, it poses the ultimate existential question: what is outside? This is not merely a philosophical musing. It is the direct, inescapable consequence of the mathematics. A white hole is not a universe. It is an object within a universe. If we are inside one, then our entire reality, from the smallest quantum fluctuation to the largest galactic supercluster, exists as a subsystem of a vastly larger and likely unimaginably different meta-universe. This meta-universe would operate under its own fundamental laws of physics. Perhaps its constants are different, a different speed of light, a different strength for gravity, extra spatial dimensions folded in upon themselves. The very concept of time as we experience it, linear and irreversible, the arrow dictated by entropy, might be a peculiar, localized phenomenon within our white hole, a consequence of the one-way nature of our horizon. To entities native to this meta-universe, our entire cosmos might appear as a single, brilliant and violent celestial phenomenon. Imagine them, these physicists of a higher order, pointing their unimaginable instruments at a region of their sky, not at a star or a galaxy, but at a fixed, luminous point, a cosmic geyser, from which an entire space-time, complete with its own laws and history, is being relentlessly disgorged. We are not the main event. We are a spectacular side effect. This concept of a cosmic egg is perhaps the most potent metaphor. Our event horizon is the shell. It is the ultimate barrier, not a physical wall we could ever crash into, but a fundamental limit of causality. No event inside the shell can ever influence the outside, and no event from the outside can ever reach in. The Big Bang singularity is not a moment in our past. It is a place, the central, infinitely dense yolk from which all our cosmic structure has been spewed. This realization fundamentally redefines our place in the cosmos. We are not insignificant, accidental specks in a cold, indifferent, and expanding void. Instead, we are integral, necessary components of a single, magnificent, and shockingly rare celestial object, Every star is a process within this object. Every planet is a complex structure within it. Every living, thinking being is a manifestation of its incredible informational complexity. We are the universe becoming self-aware, not of a void, but of its own true, contained nature. We are not just in the universe is in us, because we are the universe, a living, breathing, thinking part of a white hole. So the next time you find yourself under a clear night sky, look up, but reorient your perspective. You are not looking out into an infinite expanse. You are looking in. You are gazing at the inner surface of the ultimate container, watching the projected story of everything play out on the walls of your cosmic cell. And you are seeing that the walls, in their every detail, in every photon that has traveled for billions of years to reach your eye, are made of the most beautiful, intricate, and haunting starlight.